Hi, I'm Haley, and this is the story of the most humiliating and satisfying day of my life. It started with my wife, Tiffany, standing in our penthouse apartment, arms crossed, eyes blazing. "My mom and sister will be here in an hour," she snapped. "And they don't like you. When we arrive, make sure you're not here." I blinked. "I'm sorry, what?" "You heard me," she hissed, tossing a suitcase toward the door. "This isn't about you anymore. Here's the punchline: I paid for that penthouse. Every square foot. Every designer tile. My name is the only one on the deed. But sure, kick me out, why not?" I could have argued. Instead I smiled. "Okay," I said calmly, picking up my keys and walking out the door. She didn't know I'd been tracking her shady withdrawals. Or that I'd already called my head of security. And she definitely forgot one detail. My security team doesn't take kindly to entitled guests pretending they own my place. She thought she won. But the game was just beginning. I stood at the curb outside, watching the late afternoon light hit the marble of my building. Funny how quickly people forget who built the life they're standing on. Tiffany hadn't lifted a finger to earn it. She was just good at pretending. I walked across the street to a cafe I used to visit before things got complicated. Ordered a cappuccino. Sat by the window. And waited. 10 minutes later, a sleek black Mercedes pulled up. Out stepped her mother, Marla, and her younger sister, Kelsey. Both dripping in designer bags, sunglasses, and entitlement. They didn't even glance at the doorman. Walked right in like they owned the place. I tapped a quick message to Devin, my head of security. Let them enter. Wait for my call. They didn't know Devin had been on my payroll long before I met Tiffany. They didn't know every room in that apartment had security audio. And they definitely didn't know the place had just been put in a trust. One they had zero claim to. Across the street, I saw the elevator doors close behind them. I smiled, took a sip, and hit record. The audio streamed in real time to my phone. Devin had set it up discreetly, tucked behind the bookshelf in the living room. I sat calmly in the cafe, headphones in, listening. Tiffany's voice rang out first. "Sure. Cool. So, you saw the text. He's out. You're both free to do whatever you want in here now." Her mother scoffed. "About time. I told you not to marry down. Men like him, polite, quiet, are always hiding something." Then Kelsey added with a laugh. "Didn't he fund your entire app? And now you're kicking him out? Savage." I could hear glasses clinking. A bottle opening. Laughter. Marla again. "Cheers to the apartment. It's all yours now, honey." I leaned forward in my chair, watching the lights shift in the windows above. Devin's message popped up. "They're opening wine." Relaxed. Completely unaware. I replied. "Good. Give them 15 more minutes. Then lock every exit." Because they still didn't know something crucial. The apartment they thought was hers? It was under surveillance. It was under my name. And as of this morning, it was under legal lockdown. 15 minutes passed. Devin sent the signal. Silent, remote. Every door in the apartment clicked shut. Magnetic locks engaged. The kind you can't open without clearance. I watched from the cafe across the street as the mood shifted inside. Marla walked to the hallway, paused, tried the knob. Pulled again. Then pounded. Nothing. She turned to Tiffany. "Why isn't this opening?" Tiffany frowned. "Try the back." Kelsey moved to the balcony door, rattled it. Sealed tight. Her voice rose. "What the hell?" I tapped a command on my phone. The speaker system inside chimed softly. Then my voice played through the apartment. "Welcome, uninvited guests. You've activated private lockdown mode." I watched their faces freeze on the monitor. Tiffany's mouth dropped open. "What is this?" I spoke again. "This apartment isn't yours, Tiffany. Never was. You forgot something important. This place is mine. I let you stay. I watched you betray me inside these walls. And now you're going to listen." Devin messaged again. "They're panicking. What's next?" I replied. "Truth. We start with that." Inside the apartment, the panic grew louder. Marla was pacing now, muttering, "He's bluffing. He's bluffing." Tiffany wasn't so sure. She'd seen that look in my eyes before, the one that meant I was already 10 steps ahead. The lights dimmed. The giant living room screen flickered on. A video began to play. It was them. Hidden security footage from 2 nights ago. Tiffany whispering to her mom and sister in my kitchen. "He's too soft. We get him out, change the locks, and the place is ours." Marla laughed in the recording. "You should have married a real man." "Kelsey?" She was pouring wine. "Don't worry. Once he's gone, we'll redecorate." This place has so much wasted potential. Inside the apartment, reality was dawning. Tiffany ran to the screen and yanked the plug. The video kept playing. Backup battery. Always prepared. I tapped the mic again. Did you think I didn't know? That I didn't hear every word? Every plan? This is my home. And I protect what's mine. Kelsey finally broke. Let us out. Now. I just sipped my espresso. Tiffany stood frozen by the screen, the color drained from her face. Kelsey was banging on the apartment door now, yelling for someone to let them out. But the locks weren't just ordinary, they were my custom-installed, biometric-coded, fail-safe doors. Designed for one thing: control. Marla finally turned to Tiffany and hissed, "You said he was a pushover. A child. You said he wouldn't fight back." I watched it all unfold on my phone screen from the security room, calm as ever. The espresso was almost finished. I took one last sip and leaned forward. With a single swipe, I muted their screams. The cameras went silent, but the image stayed. They were trapped, not physically but emotionally, psychologically, inside a house they thought they owned. I activated the intercom again. "An hour ago, you told me to pack my things and get out," I said softly. "Now it's your turn. But here's the difference, you'll leave with nothing." They looked around. My paintings. My design. My name on the lease. Everything was mine. I smiled. Let the countdown begin. I gave Devin the signal. The locks disengaged with a soft mechanical hum. No drama. No alarms. Just quiet authority. Security escorted them out one by one. Marla went first, still shouting about lawyers and connections. Her voice echoed down the hallway, but no one listened. Power sounds different when it's gone. Kelsey followed, phone in hand, live stream already rolling. But the moment she hit the lobby, the feed cut. Private building. Private rules. Amanda was last. She stood in the doorway of the apartment, staring at the space like it had betrayed her. Like walls and floors were supposed to be loyal to her. She finally looked at me. Not angry. Not arrogant. Afraid. "You planned this," she whispered. I shook my head. "No. You planned it? I just stopped pretending." She stepped forward. "We can fix this. You don't have to do this." I met her eyes, steady and calm. "You stopped being my wife the moment you told me I didn't belong in my own home." Devin cleared his throat. "Sir, shall we proceed?" I nodded. And just like that, Amanda was escorted out of the life she thought she owned. One final door closed behind her. The silence that followed was the loudest sound I'd ever heard. Devin reset the locks behind them. One click. Then another. Like sealing a vault, not to keep something precious in, but to keep something poisonous out. I walked through each room slowly. Not searching. Not grieving. Just remembering. The echoes of arguments that never should have happened. The empty smiles. The warnings I ignored. The signs I explained away. I stood at the window. Same view, different life. The skyline didn't change, but I had. My phone buzzed. A message from the building manager. Removal complete. Personal items boxed and delivered. Let us know if you'd like to change interior codes. I replied, change everything. Then I opened the envelope Devin had handed me earlier. Inside, a notarized deed transfer. The apartment had always been mine, legally and financially. But now it felt like it belonged to me for the first time. Not just because she was gone, but because I had finally reclaimed me. I turned off the lights, stepped into my own peace, and as the door latched shut behind me I smiled.